August 22, 1989, West Oakland, California. Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party, lies dead on a street corner, shot by 24-year-old BGF member Tyrone Robinson. History calls this a random tragedy of the crack epidemic, but what if the trigger pulled in 1989 was set in motion 18 years earlier inside a prison cell? Today we look at how prison legend George Jackson indirectly caused the assassination of Huey P. Newton, and how one choice could have saved the Black Panthers. In 1960, George Jackson was jailed for a $70 robbery with a sentence of 1 year to life behind bars. He became an intellectual powerhouse. When the Panthers exploded on the outside, they named Jackson Field Marshal of the Black Panther Party, making him the most powerful black man behind bars in the United States. But California prisons were lethal. Jackson knew his men needed absolute loyalty to survive. He could have ignored outside leadership and formed an independent Black Panther prison group to protect the Panther legacy inside, but Jackson didn't. Huey P. Newton wanted a political party, not a prison faction. So in 1971, Jackson launched a brand new underground military vanguard, the Black Guerrilla Family, or the BGF. This is where everything changed. If George Jackson had ignored Newton and formed the Black Panther prison chapter anyway, the Panthers would have survived COINTELPRO instead of going extinct. The FBI destroyed the outside party through raids and paranoia, but they could not have destroyed a massive network behind bars. Jackson would have built a permanent institution to systematically indoctrinate new generations of Black Panthers. Instead of fading away, thousands of highly disciplined, politically educated Panthers would have been released back onto the streets, keeping the organization alive and unified. Because Jackson chose the BGF, that political connection was severed. By the 1980s, the BGF entered the drug trade to survive the crack epidemic. Young men in Oakland were recruited into the drug trade by the BGF rather than political classes by the Panthers. That brings us to Tyrone Robinson. In 1989, an addicted Huey Newton crossed paths with local BGF dealers, reportedly robbing them. Robinson was a BGF member. He didn't grow up learning Panther history. To him, Huey Newton was just a target disrupting turf business. Robinson pulled the trigger to make rank within the BGF. The movement Newton co-founded spawned a breakaway group that produced his own killer. Had Jackson formed the Black Panther prison chapter, Tyrone Robinson more than likely would not have killed Huey P. Newton. Robinson would have been a Black Panther soldier instead of a BGF soldier. Shooting Newton would be ultimate treason against your own blood. Even as an addict, Huey Newton would have been protected, respected, and spared by the system Jackson built, changing history entirely. the Black Panthers would have survived COINTELPRO. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like, subscribe, and see you on the next episode.